Right, foam roller, probably one of the best tools that has come out in the last 10-15 years for people getting massage who can't usually afford to have someone do the massage. So you can do this at home in your own time, really easy. All you need is a roller, and they're cheap these days. You can get something really cheap from anywhere for like 10-15 bucks, working your way up. So from the basic ones, you'll find that they get a little bit harder and a little bit more technical, I guess. So this one here, you find the one with the flat surface area has less pressure than the ribbed one, which has less than just directly the bumps. And then from this, I've actually gone up to a rumble roller, which is like a full drive tire basically, and really deep, not a lot of surface area, but really digs into the muscles. So really good. What we're going to go, basically we'll start on the calves. So from here, back and forth, just lift your hips up, turn your foot one way, turn your foot the other way, go all the way up into the top of it. Same thing, if you want to use the lacrosse ball, then that is fine as well. Move it up into your hamstrings for the same thing. So start just behind your knee to the crease where your butt comes in, and just rolling through that. You can turn your foot either way just to try and find where those tight spots are for you. From there we'll go into your adductors. To get into a bit of a Spider-Man position for this, so one leg fairly well straight on your forearms, and then rolling from the inside of your knee to the inside of your hip. Now you might find that you want to just sit in certain spots because they're a little bit more tight, and that's fine, or going the full distance is okay as well. From there we would go into your quads, so set this up, front plank position. You can do this with 2 feet, 2 legs on there, or you can just take it onto one for a little bit more specific. This is how I like to do it. And then if you want, you can do it with a leg flexed, and that'll create a little bit more tension there. It's really good right up through the middle part of your thigh. And another really good one is just above your knee, and then just oscillate that leg from side to side above the knee. If you're really tight on the outside, spend a bit more time just on the outside there. If you're a bit tighter on the inside, spend some time on the inside, just really getting that leverage and trying to break that all down. From there we go into your ITB on the outside of your leg. So with this, bottom leg is on the roller. Put this one flat here, makes it a whole lot easier. Now traditionally they would have you roll from the bottom of your hip to the top of your knee. I'm not as much of a fan anymore, so what I'll do is just work on just above the knee, and then turn that hip over and up, and keep working on that area, which is where you'll find that a lot of the tension resides, and then move it up more into your glutes, TFL type area, and that's where you'll get into the top part of your hip there. Alright, so same thing with that. If you want to close your hip, bring that foot over the top. If you want to open it, bring it up the top. If you want a little bit more leverage, put it on top as well, and that's going to be pressure on top there. Alright, from there we go into your hip flexor. Hip flexor you do one at a time. You want to line it up so it sits right here. Make sure it's not running over your tackle, because that's no good for anyone. And then you're working on about 6 inches here. In that point, you might want to lift the hips slightly. You might want to drop the hips slightly depending on what you need. If you get your hips to about 45 degrees, you'll find that there's another sweet spot just on the outside here, and that's really good to get into as well. From there we'll go to your upper back. So let's rest this one here. Now with your upper back you can do several things. Lace your fingers underneath your neck, extend up, and bring yourself back. Roll up one segment of your spine, extend back, roll up one more segment. As you lean back, breathe in deep, and relax. Okay, these hands are not pulling on your neck in any way, they're just resting here. Another really good one you can do with this is to extend the arms overhead and just roll up and back like so, leaning over to one side, leaning over to the other side just to get a little bit more emphasis on one side of the body. Another really good one is you cross your elbows, overreach, across your hands onto opposite shoulders and point your elbows at the roof. And same thing, roll through your upper back, roll a little bit more over one side and a little bit more over another side. And then we'll go into your lats. So you want to sit this right up underneath your armpit, on the side like this. Position your legs either in front or behind. I actually find that behind works better with this one. I like to keep this hand either here or on the roll itself. And then lift the hips slightly and just roll through that area. Going up into the back of your rear delt and into your tricep. And then just down into the guts of your lats. So with this one, you're going back and forth. You can also go a little bit more upright, so you're looking more up. So you're looking more down, that'll change the angle a little bit. And then rolling back and forth over some of those sweet spots will also help in a big way. I'm usually really tight right on there. So you'll find that some spots are just really tight for you and not tight on others, and that's fine. Work mostly on the spots that are tight, and don't worry so much about the ones that are loose and have full range of motion. Last one, triceps. It extends on from your lats, so you're still in the same position. The only difference is the roller gets moved up, and now we're working purely on the triceps in that way. And you can go palm down to palm up. You can do it with your elbow bent if you want to, in different positions, just working your way around with it. A little bit awkward, but certainly does the job, and if your triceps do get jacked up like mine do sometimes, it is certainly worthwhile getting some work done with it. Alright?